Hello, and welcome to CopTubeAmerica.com, where we teach you the elements of criminal law. I'd like to thank you, those who are 13 to 17, America's teenagers, CopTube America's teenagers as well. You're here to learn about the elements of criminal law. Elements, let me remind you, are these things. Okay? I use the example of a snowball. Okay, don't get tired of that example because it makes it easy for you to understand. And what makes up a snowball? Well, these many little snowflakes that come out of the air. Okay? Now, in law, they are these acts that one commits that one shouldn't. Okay, that's why we're telling everybody. All right? The elements of the crime, not the meaning. The little things that people do, willingly and unwillingly, knowingly and unknowingly. It matters not. The judges and the attorneys will tell you that not knowing is not a defense. It's not a reason. You understand? Just because you did not know before CopTube America, if you refuse to learn, it's still not going to be a defense. You have to be responsible, accountable, held accountable for your actions. That's why it is best to know the elements. And I took my time and I researched. Now understand that these elements are basic, that there are 50 states in the United States of America, and states are permitted by federal law to add to these existing laws. Now, you say, wow, wait a minute. Hold on. That's just the way it is. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. Okay? Nobody's trying to take away anybody's fun. Understand that. But people have died. And people have gotten hurt. People have lost loved ones. And it's not funny anymore. People are dying at a rapid pace, it seems. When I was younger, people died of natural causes and automobile accidents. Not that many. All right? People are swinging on the chandeliers of life. And that's what I like to tell people. Yes, they are. Wake up and smell the coffee. The party is over. People are going to be held responsible for the very things that they decide to do, are motivated to do, are pushed to do, are sneaking around doing, are brave enough to do. Understand? No more saying, oh, the police are picking on me. No, everybody's using that one. Everybody. No matter who you are. So my teens, I don't want you to start reaching, grabbing for excuses. The judges don't wish to hear it. Your attorney will advise you. You have a plea. Guilty, not guilty. Guilty for doing these acts. And there will be, and that's what the police department does. It also prepares the state for trial. It gets evidence to back these acts up and make it a fact. A fact of the matter. He did, she did this. He did or she did that. He did or she did this. 3, that's it. You've broken the law. And if we can get some more, we will. Because you have no business doing it. Don't give people fuel, okay, to put the fire and keep it going up under your feet. Don't give a dog a bone and you don't have to worry about that dog sitting in the shade nibbling on it. Now, that'd be good. All right? Do you understand? I hope you do. All right? These videos are not edited, they're not rehearsed. Life is not edited, and life is not certainly rehearsed. No matter who you come to court with, preachers, teachers, mentors, family members, brothers, sisters, uncles, everybody to vouch for you, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Those are character witnesses, that's fine. But the bottom line is, once I teach you, you and every other American, the law. See, it just doesn't work when it's putting you behind bars. Or putting you in a seat right beside the judges where you testify. Okay? It's not just doing it to you. It could mean that somebody offended you. Somebody hurt you. Somebody murdered somebody. And here you go on the other side. And don't you wish for them to get the book thrown at them? Yeah. Because you have a lot of pain. Well, this is what it's about. We don't want anybody to experience pain. When people are upset about that much for some, this for others, they want the world to hurt. But wait a minute. Think about it. Turn about fair play. When the world seems to be upset just a little bit, or way up here, do you want them to hurt you? No. So everybody got to stop. Okay? Nobody's allowed to be spoiled with 317 million and going in the United States. No. Nobody can be spoiled. All right? So, what is our lesson for today? Lesson number 7. And it's on first-degree murder. We handled lesson number 6, and you got just a little taste of what murder is. Okay? So, please do understand that you must take the pre-test. And then after these lessons, and I explain to you what the penalties and everything are after you watch the video, then you need to go ahead and take the post-test, the final test. Okay? I know you'll be doing pretty good. Okay? You're rocking and rolling now, I know. And you'll say, oh, I'm getting this thing. Mm-hmm. The law is just not to put teenagers away. And teenagers, the law is just not for you to go and put somebody else away because you don't like them. No, it's for everybody, and it has to be fair, and it has to be just. And it is. It is. Bottom line, if you do it, and the fairness comes in that, you can't barter your way out of it. You either got to say guilty or not guilty. And that'll be the saddest day in your life. And I've watched a lot of tears in courtrooms. So, let's get on with today's lesson, all right? And I'm not going to try to keep you, all right? Because then we have to go on to second-degree murder and third-degree murder. Look at this. Isn't it something? Look at these. What did I tell you these guys were? The most repeatedly broken laws. And it's sad that first-degree murder made the list. All right, the elements making up the crime of first-degree murder. There are 4 elements. All you have to do is what? Come on now. Get charged with 3 of them. It says the defendant unlawfully killed. Who? The victim. Number 2, the defendant killed the victim with malice aforethought. Please do look up your words. I can't stress that enough. Don't skip over things. Don't pretend that you know them. All right? Thank you very much. Okay? Number 3, the killing was premeditated. You planned on doing it. Okay, you knew in advance you were going to be doing this thing. All right? And number 4, the killing occurred at, they have to put a specific location, and it's stated in the indictment. Okay? What is the penalty if you do such a thing? And we have wonderful detectives and a district attorney here and there. Oh, yeah, they're everywhere. Assistant district attorneys, judges, and everybody going to make sure this thing is right. You're not going to be cheated out of your stay, and you're not going to be asked to stay if you didn't do it. All right? Now, life in prison, upwards to the death penalty for this crime. The penalty for first-degree murder, damages that occur and occurred, please do look up your words, okay? It begins at $25,000 and up. Now, you go, now wait a minute. I killed this person, and I got to pay for killing them? Yep. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They may have children. All right? There may be a whole lot of things that you weren't aware of. Plus cost of court. And you're going to pay for this trial to be heard. Your trial. So you want to be the boss, you're going to pay the cost. You took a life, one. If you do such a thing, you're going to pay for taking that life, and you're going to pay so everybody can hear why you feel as though you need to take that life. Oh, you're going to be the main man or the main woman on show, on the stage. Everybody going to hear what you got to say. And hopefully you testify. Jury going to want to hear you too. And if it's not a jury, then a judge. It says a conspiracy charge can be added to most crimes, which increases or may double your sentence. Now, this is one of those 800-pound gorillas that teenagers can't handle. No, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts around it. We're not going to talk about how the trial, no. I'm not going to talk about anything else. Just this right here with this on this piece of paper. Know this, know that, and people, well, what about what? No, we have time for that in second-degree murder and third-degree murder. The law covers everything. Voluntary murder, involuntary murder, manslaughter, okay? So don't go ahead of me, all right? Okay, understand. Now, if you unlawfully kill, now, because they say unlawfully, is it legal to kill? And go to opposite. Is it lawfully to kill? No. There's nowhere where it's written. Nowhere. And we will discuss, when it comes to protecting yourself, self-defense. But that is not first-degree murder. First-degree murder is malice and a forethought, and it definitely is premeditated. You got it right up here. You got it right up here. Forget all that hard stuff. You got it right up here. Now, you have to make a decision in this lifetime if you're going to do something like this, or would you rather go to the beach? I can't hear you. You don't want to be sitting up in a cell because you murdered someone in first degree, and they will prove it because they want that death penalty. And even if you sit on death row for 45 years, it matters not. You'll be rotting. And a lot of times that's what they want. They don't want to put you in an electric chair. But death row, you're in a cell by yourself, way on the other end of the penitentiary, where it's very, 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 it's worse than quiet. It's deafening. There's a lot of people that hung themselves. They can't take it. They can't take it. You may can say, "Oh, I can take it." No, your experience is probably 10 minutes or a half an hour after school. No. My mother kept me in my room for 2 weeks. I don't care. They had a bed that was cushy, um, maybe a TV set, maybe something on the walls. That's not death row. Sometimes they forget to feed you if they don't like you. Don't think people go by the rules when you are locked up. Now, I must impress upon you, this is an act that you don't want to commit. Everybody and their mama wants you to be found guilty when you take a life. They don't care about them crocodile tears that people talk about. People have no sympathy for you. Can I get a band? Oh no, not right now. No sympathy for you when you take a life, when you stop someone from breathing. You understand? Oh, Cop to America, we getting real serious. All right? Forget the family. I haven't even gotten there. I haven't even gotten to the if it's another team, their future. No. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm just talking about if you do such a thing. I don't care about drugs and alcohol playing a part. No. I'm here to tell you now. CopTube America is very much available. You get to keep these videos for 1 whole year. And then when you turn 18, you come on back. And you learn what adults need to know. You understand? And then we're going to be dealing with senior citizens. 61 to 105. Because they got a whole set. So CopTube America ain't going nowhere. Senior citizens, they got a whole set of laws that govern them. Things they can lose out on. And also things that they could get people charged for. It goes both ways. There's no pity. You take a life here. I don't care who picked on you, how upset you are. You better go down to the police department and have a report made. Everything from here on out needs to be done on paper. No revenge. No revenge. America's going to cut that out. Because then the one who's taking the revenge, they also want to be let off the hook. Teenagers, let off the hook. But you took a life. That person is not breathing. Nobody sits in a freezer unless they're deceased. Nobody gets a death certificate assigned to them and a toe tag that you had put there unless they are deceased. Cold, can't breathe, ain't gonna breathe. Stiff. Brain stopped working. Heart stopped beating. The person can't move. The undertaker has come in and put the Y shape and sliced them all up and just did everything and put formaldehyde in their veins. No more blood is circulating because something you did or you were a part of. And you want mercy? I don't think so. I want everybody, each and every one of you teens to start thinking, oh, it's easy. Especially if they don't know you get ready to take their life. Bam. Yes. Especially if they know you are going to take it. Because of all the little rumors going around. Don't do it. Now. You heard me. I done told you what the penalties are. I'm warning you, do not do it. You will not like how you are treated from the point that you do it on. You will never see another nice person. You will never have a day of trust. I can't trust somebody now. You really ain't going to trust nobody. You won't be able to. Everybody in prison lies. I didn't do it. You're going to be around so many people. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But wait a minute. That's if you are not. And you'll be years on death row. You may think you got out of something. Oh, wow. You know, they're going to give me life instead. You'll hear some people that say, I'd rather be given the death penalty than to sit back in a room. You know, in high school and middle school, but mainly in high school, they have those rooms way back in the back. You know how that feels? When they say go back there, and you're back there by yourself? Or the coach says, you know, for those who are athletes, or for gym class, would you go in there and get the basketballs? Oh, where are they, coach? Oh, here, let me give you the key. And you go all the way in the back. And it's so quiet because nobody's in the gym because everything is after school. You notice how quiet it is? And you put that key in there and the lights are not on. And you're just a little bit scared. I know, I used to go get the balls. Or you the first one in an empty building. Everybody else going to come, but you the first one. Or you and your family, and it's so quiet. When the electricity goes off, it is so quiet. Who you want to talk to? Ain't got nobody to talk to. Oh, I can write my parents letters. Really? Really? You're going to have to earn a pencil. And if you're not writing your attorney, and how you going to do that at the tender age of 13 or 14 or 15 or 16 or 17? You don't have the wherewithal to do it. But I'm going to tell you right now, those who are 13 and 17, you know exactly what you're doing. And if you cry, I'm mentally ill, they got doctors to see if you actually are. And check all your schoolwork. Don't tell me about drugs. Nobody put you up to it. That is a lot. You got to be sure enough brave to take a life. It can be done with choking, a gun, stabbing. You can't say it was an accident. You shouldn't have the knife on you in the first place. I'm telling you right now, do not carry knives. Okay? Contribute to the delinquency of a mind. Don't even contribute to your own delinquency. Don't copy anything. Running over people with cars, pushing people in the middle of the highways, pushing them off bridges, drowning them, hitting them in places that you know they will die sooner or later. First degree murder, it did not say anything that they had to die on that day. They can die later. And oh yeah, you'll be the first to know. Outside of the hospitals, just let them know that the girl died. What? When we deal with the felony murder rule, if you're in a commission of a crime and that person dies, that's 2 charges. But let's stick right here. We're going to get there. You're going to forevermore be handcuffed everywhere you go. Shackles on your feet everywhere you go. And a chain running down from your hands all the way down to your feet. And you're going to be shuffling. You will never be alone ever again. The guards will pass by, but you won't have anything in there. And if they think that you could take your own life and you're suicidal, trust me, they're going to take off all your clothes and put big old plastic thing around you, and you'll lay on the floor and sleep on that cold floor. because something you did. You can't handle it. Nobody can. I don't know anybody that's laughing and grinning and say, oh, this is just so wonderful. Oh my goodness, I can sit here and write and I'm truly at peace. No. Whatever it is, you can get over it. It doesn't say how long you had malice, how long you had a forethought, how long you premeditated. It doesn't say. There's no time in this. Go read it. Coptube America has handbooks. I want you guys to really know this because you can't say, I didn't know. You got nothing but time on your hands to study the law to make sure that you don't end up being put away. Now, if you like to eat, you like to drink, that milk might be just warm, and the food is cold, and the bread is stale. Who said somebody gonna feel sorry for you? Oh, give them some brownies. You'll never taste another brownie again in your life. Every time you go to the bathroom, somebody watching you. Oh, they just want to make sure you don't hang yourself. And if you can't seem to get it together, they're going to put some pills in you. Or give you electric shock. Sit up there. You're not going to die. Prison wants you to live. You're just going to suffer. No Christmas, no Halloween. You probably will forget when Christmas is. This Christmas? What day is this? They're not giving you a calendar. They're not answering your questions. No. You're not going to hear any music. You're not going to see any TV. You won't have the latest dances. You're going to sit down. And if movement caused a person to die, and it does, it's movement. You can poison a person. You can hang a person. You can trick them on into something. And they die. How you going to cover that up? In school, everybody got to show up. Everybody's accounted for. People don't show up at churches. People don't show up at their jobs. People don't show up at home. People don't show up babysitting. They're going to start asking questions. And whoever you are, or whoever you may be, if you do something like this, believe me, they'll end up at your door. You can't run and you can't hide. There is no place. You will be gotten. We don't stop searching for people. Now, understand that. You're not going to like court. You're going to sit there. What do you think? I'm hungry. That person's dead. They don't get to say, I'm hungry anymore. They don't get to say, happy birthday. They don't get to have children or see their children. Elderly people too. Keep your hands off of any human being. But what about my feelings? What about your feelings? There's doctors, but yet everybody's alive, so I think that's the route. Now, remember I told you about minutes and hours and days. A lifetime for women is 86 years. You get it for girls, teenage girls, and then you go on. And they're going to keep you nice and healthy, too. They don't make you suffer a little bit. If you get a stomach ache, that's it. You come on your menstrual cycle, you could be sitting there bleeding And they just take their good old time. You know, I don't like him. I don't like what they did. I don't like her. I don't like what they did. And you sitting up there and just bleeding, can't even bathe. This ain't the hotel. When everybody is around, believe you me, you get the best treatment in the world. When lights out, party over, that's it. You don't get the same guards every day. Oh, they don't do it that way. All right. So women, 86 years, and in days, that is 31,390 days. This is posted too in the intro, along with the elements and the penalties. Warning, warning, warning. It's all about warning. 45,260 minutes. Wow. Million minutes. Million. I'm quite sure you understand that. How many hours? 753,360 hours. Locked up. Now go back to the minutes. Price check. Can you handle it? You don't be silly. See, that's where people miss it. My teens, 13 and 17, you got to find a time. I'm quite sure somewhere in that year until you get it. Because you got to take that 125 question test. And until you get it, somebody needs to work with you. Sometimes it's okay not to be silly. Class clown. You kill someone, you get so angry and try to hide it or become a bully. There you go. You start with making it okay to break the law, like some adults do. 100. The same ones. It's ignorance. How does somebody have their audacity, look up your words please, to do these things? No matter if it's one, it's very offensive. The 100 most repeatedly broken laws in the United States of America. People want to come to this country and feel free. People want to live in this country and feel free. That free that they can walk around. And not run into jealous people, afraid to say things. Everybody can speak. But when you tell them to shut up, there's some teenagers like that. You get that from your parents. Somebody taught you how to tell somebody to be quiet or shut up. No, they told you to. You don't go around telling everybody else to. And if they don't do that, then you're going to devise a way. Watch it. Leave it alone. You're not the parents of other people. You're not the principal. You just chill out, and if you're upset, take your lumps, whatever the case may be, but let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You get to this point right here, first degree murder, you're done. Okay? Now, for guys, you will get hair on your face. Oh, yeah. All right. Now, and you know there's bed bugs. I forgot to tell y'all that. There are bed bugs when you're locked up. Now, you know how hard it is to get rid of bed bugs? And some places have roaches. Those big cockroaches. What you going to do? They're going to bring in the exterminator? Come on now. Paint chipping. They're not pretty places. You can go for 8, 9, 10 hours, 2, 3 days without seeing anyone. I thought I was supposed to get... Hush. You're in prison. You're locked up. You're in juvenile detention center. And then you're going to be hauled off to the big one. They'll put you, your family in California, but they'll put you all the way in Maine. You don't know anybody there. Your family's not traveling. As soon as they find out, oh, somebody traveling, bam, they'll switch you on over. You're going to be punished. This is not going to be a game. This is not going to be a cakewalk. No matter how friendly you are, the warden going to say no. You get the cold shoulder. Somebody sitting there talking to you. We haven't talked to anybody. I heard that plenty of times. They haven't talked to anybody in, oh, wow, months. Months? Yep. Got any paper and pencil? Nope. All you do is sit there. You're caged. Now, men, in years, a predictor is 84 years for you guys. In days, you will be serving 30,660 days. In minutes, 44,150,400 minutes. Millions. In the millions. Tick, 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 tick. And you know, sometimes, now they say guards are silly sometimes, and they'll pick on you. They might tell you your mother died, and you'll have a fit. You like to torture folk? Mm-hmm. You torture someone and they die. You get into a sexual game with somebody because you playing around and they die. You tell somebody to cross the street but you really didn't like them. You hurt your brother and sister. You want to trade a life for a life? You brave enough to do it? Nobody's going to visit you. I want everybody to get that out of their minds. Nobody's visiting you. You're locked up. Put away. You're not going home. No more. You do a thing like this. Now let's get on how many hours. 735,840 hours. That's it. Now, what type of death penalty? What's out there? Well, you can hang in some states. Electrocution. They're going to tie you down to a chair. You're going to put a steel cap and wet things. And somebody's going to pull that switch. And you're not going to go out in one time. You're going to suffer. I think they pull about 3 times, but they make sure you burn on the inside. You sizzle. And your eyes, people's eyes pop out. Everybody's. They got to make sure you're dead. And there are some people that the guy pulling the switch, they check your heart and they're not dead. But their eyes are out. Their lips and their ears are bleeding. But what is somebody? Nobody's going to do nothing. That's what kids got to get in their head. Nothing. You took the law in your hands and you killed someone. And a part of a gang, I don't care. You can reach for the moon. You know it's wrong. If this happens, if you do it, you know it's wrong. The defendant unlawfully killed. The defendant killed with malice and forethought. I don't know what that means. Look it up. Ask somebody. Get serious with your schoolwork now. The killing was premeditated and the killing occurred at a location, and all you got to do is get 3. Now, let me tell you this. Say you get halfway down there, and you just get 2. Trust me, if it ain't first degree, they'll put it in second degree. If it ain't second degree, they'll put it in third degree. And they gonna keep going because a person is deceased, dead. You hear me? Nobody's gonna hug you. You're gonna learn how to sit down for the rest of your life. If they don't chain you to one of those chairs, you're going to stay there forevermore. Nobody's going to call you by your name. No birthdays, no cards, no nothing. You won't get no mail for a very, very long time. And I know people on death row haven't gotten any mail in years. And they just so happy. And it's not guaranteed somebody going to show up with a mic and a camera, or we're Channel 11, or we're doing a documentary. And no. No. All right, we have further reading. Please look further into this on your own. Be good. You don't want to come this far in life, reach your 13th birthday, all the way to your 17th birthday, 14, 15, 16, fill it all in, and you end up locked away. There was no reason for it. There's just no reason to murder. There is no reason to murder anyone. You can be mad as you want. Go somewhere, lift weights. Do something. Learn how to manage your anger. Everybody got to have insurance now. Get help. But if you can't get help, it matters not. You can't murder anybody. Point blank, peanut ping, pot poom, that's it. All right? Let us end this. Please do take the test. And let's go on to second-degree murder. That's done. There's nothing else to say. Now, is there? Don't sit around feeling sorry for yourself. You pull a stunt like that. Well, I'll just do this, that. No, you could do that and plan on trying to kill your own self, and the gun gets jammed, or something happens, and you live through it. Doctors got to be nice, but when you get out, that's it. And you can have the worst headaches. You can have a broken leg. You're not getting any pain medication in the subject. You hear how silent it is? Enough to drive you crazy. All right? In a room. See that? There's nothing around me, just in a room. You're going to hear yourself breathing. They're going to break you. You'll cry, but nobody will hear you. Let's take the test. Pass the test. Please do. Commit this to your life. Commit to not breaking the law. Don't make it so easy. Don't let it be the first thing you reach for, no matter who you are. Don't take war with cops. Listen. We're trying to help you. There's a lot of people that have been down this path, and they didn't listen. Did you hear what I said? A lot of people been down this path, been 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and did not listen. Trying to showboat in front of your friends, your relatives, no matter who. You don't owe nobody to show them that I'm brave and I'm not a coward. Everybody got a right to live. All right, we're going to peace out on that one, okay? And you can do it. Be proud of yourself. Don't get caught up in the madness. All right. You hear that silence, right? You can do it. All right, bye.
The weight of my mistakes depends on how I feel. Don't let don't wanna bring you down, down, down.
Yeah.